This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life. How can mistakes inspire you?
I don't want to go back there again. That I should have been doing other things then. Maybe somebody died before they listened to something that God had put in me. And that person had direct access to me. But in that season, I was in a club. And had they listened to me then, if I had what I have now, they would have been a mover and shaker controlling another 1 million people.
Wow.
Because every person you meet, you don't meet one person. You meet a constituency. That's why when Jesus said, "Who touched me?" when the woman with the issue of blood touched, he wasn't saying which individual. It's generations have touched me.
Wow.
When her bleeding stops, she can give birth to generations.
That's true.
So the mistakes I made, I believe I owe it to God, and I owe it to myself as well. And I'm not saying we don't make mistakes. We learn every day. But also the time that I have left is to make sure, like Dr. Miles Monroe says, is to die empty. Benjamin, my brother, please don't remember me for the suits that I wore.
Right,
No.
man.
I have good suits.
Yeah,
I look damn good.
you're right.
But remember me for the impact.
That's right.
Remember me as a man who just downloaded what I had and wasn't embarrassed to show my scars.
Wow.
We have too many perfect mentors. You call me a mentor and you're only showing me your highs and no lows, I'll be very far away from you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're too perfect to inspire me.
I avoid perfect people.
Zulu, asante sana man, you changed my way of thinking on many areas. That is Michael Kinyua. Thank you, Michael. We are on YouTube. You can post the thing there. Teacher Alex Mora says, I am Alex Mora, listening to you always, and this have shaped my life and my life perspective. Thank you for hosting my online coach, Dr. Burale.
Thank you.
You always inspire me. That's Teacher Alex Mora. Thank you. Susan Wanyeke, great to see this great duo. Wisdom all the way. All right. All right. This is Faye Iraqi. Hello, Benjamin, my all-time mentor. Thank you. You have changed my way of thinking on so many ways. All right. Please drop your question, drop anything you have on our YouTube there. My technical team will tell me when Facebook has questions. I can pick them, but so far I can see YouTube is very active. Thank you for giving us perspective about what gives you a sense of urgency and a sense of mission. You said you get a sense of mission for just helping people and being so awake that you had a purpose to serve other than self-aggrandizement.
I run away from people who are on self.
On self.
Self. Benjamin,
Yep.
do you know nowadays walking is content? That's how low we have gone.
Walking.
People just record themselves walking and they'll have 20,000 comments.
That's true. That's true.
That's self.
Self. That's true.
That is self.
If a millionaire posts how they made their money, it has low views.
Very.
If they post themselves with their Lamborghini,
Oh, when I grow up, I want to have like that. What they don't realize, millionaires support each other. That Lamborghini, he may have been given for free by another millionaire who is a dealer.
that's true.
I've told some young people, to be honest, some of the clothes I wear,
Yeah,
I don't know how much they cost.
it's true.
Because somebody else has told me, we're in this level together. Wear this. Tell me what you feel. Give me a review. So that I can call my suppliers and tell them, one of the fashion gurus says this is good, so bring more of that. And somebody's put themselves under pressure to go on Fuliza, to go on Tala, to go on whatever, to dress like that.
That's true.
So what you got to understand is the air up there is not crowded.
It's not crowded.
And those people don't compete. They complement each other.
That's true.
If you're in a place where there's competition, you're in the wrong place.
That's true. Wow. I love
So I just pray that we will be knowledge seekers.
knowledge seekers.
There's nothing as important as knowledge. Knowledge. If I buy you a book, I've bought you more than clothes.
That's true.
I was seeing one of your books, The Psychology of Something.
Yes, Psychology of Personal Success, Mastery.
That book is worth more than 10,000 shillings worth of clothes.
Thank you, man. That's true.
Because that cloth, you'll go somewhere, there'll be a nail, capture the cloth.
That's true. That's true.
Books, but we don't read.
That's true.
We don't read.
And I'm happy that that's one of the books that has moved a lot and it's a surprise to me.
Yes.
Because I worked on it particularly to try and put a mindset of initiative
Right.
and apex.
Right.
Tell me about this conditioning for survival. I've been troubled by how men I have a stable job now, I should get married. So just stable, let me bring burdens.
Survival.
You know, even parents will bother a young lady who just got a job. What are you waiting for?
Child, this survival mode has allowed us or has put us in a gate or a cul-de-sac of mediocrity.
Correct.
Nobody has been should be raised to survive.
True.
You need to be raised to flourish.
To flourish, true.
Because survival is like a drowning man. You are surviving for yourself. You're trying to put head above water.
That's true.
When you flourish, your aroma or your scent goes to the people around you.
Correct.
And then you change lives.
Correct.
Yeah, but this one of now, this is what life happens. You've been married, it's 3 years now. You don't have a child yet and whatever. No.
Correct.
Maybe you're supposed to be taking care of some children in a children's home.
That's
for
true.
those first 3 years.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's as simple as that.
And I hope as parents we get to a place where your child graduates and you are a dad, I like the way you do it with pride. A child graduates and we are telling them, use that time to accelerate fast.
Absolutely.
Move to another social category.
Absolutely.
Just change your net worth.
See, the problem, listen to this, and I'm not saying,
Yes.
I don't want to break friendships and all that. You can't just be rolling. You can still be in contact with people from yester seasons.
Correct.
But there is a stage in your life that you must move with the people of the future seasons.
Future seasons.
Connect with the people from primary school, it's okay. But there also has to be another circle that you have that can demand of you for your next level.
Demand of you for your next level.
Demand of you for your next level, not for your present level. If within your circles, you only have people who talk about how far you have come and what you are doing now, but it does not demand of you for your next level, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Big trouble. And there's nothing wrong with people appreciating you how far you've come.
That's true.
But you can't look back and talk about how succulent the beef was yesterday. Yet you need to plant mushrooms for next week.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow. And where we settle for good enough, and people keep looking for permanent and pensionable jobs.
Yes.
They don't tell you how small the pay there is because of that aura of security.
Yes.
And so they start now getting into loans, into debts, and somebody has taken a very many years loan.
Right. That's the idea, is to keep you in slavery. There are people who would have wanted to resign to do other things. But when they look at their loan portfolio, they're tied there for another 7 years. And at that time, the season, the Kairos season, moves.
Has moved.
Yes.
That's very true.
Because they've tied you.
That's true.
They have tied you completely.
That's true.
And you're told if you leave, then you have to pay this all at once. You look, you're like, okay, fine. I have children in high school, I have this and that, I have another child coming, okay, then I'll be here.
That's very true. That's very true.
I hope we raise our children to be bold enough to make such decisions. I did go for a graduation of some international school a couple of years ago. And the head boy,
Yes, head boy.
the outgoing head boy, gave a speech, and Benjamin, I was absolutely impressed. This is what he said, a young man. It was a school in Kenya, but this guy I think was from South Africa.
Yeah.
He says, now, my fellow students, I was so impressed. My fellow students, we are now going to universities across the globe. We may never meet again after this, but the one thing that holds us together, we have been taught to come back to our various countries and set up companies to be employers. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
Man.
It gave me mental orgasms.
That's true.
I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
You're right.
Not, come back quickly so that you get a job.
That's true. And what have you noticed about the mayhem, what we have been fighting with premature dating? These kids were rushing into relationships. Is it the sweet spot? Is it the candy? Is it just the fun? What is it?
We have an immoral society.
Okay.
So for me to have sex, I need to start dating you.
Oh.
And then coupled with too many parties and alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
By the way, let me tell you,
Yeah.
and every parent watching us right now must understand that there's too many drugs happening. Gone are the days where your child comes home and say, can I smell you? What? No. The people who are offering drugs have also gone into another level.
Yeah.
That's why even we have shisha that has vanilla flavor,
Correct.
strawberry flavor. You tell your parent, I've been having ice cream, vanilla. There are tablets now they put under their tongue. It doesn't smell. But they have gone out there and have had orgies upon orgies. Benjamin, young girls are dipping tampons on whiskey and inserting in themselves to get a natural high.
What?
Yes. Parents have refused to move with the times, and they're just saying, come closer, let me smell you. They can't smell anything because it's in another place.
True.
Young girls must understand out there the evil that is happening. You remember we used to be taught safe sex, meaning having protection. Those days are gone.
True.
Because safe sex is no longer safe. You know why? We have people we have had, and they have messed young girls and some very high-level corporate girls who are using protection but are lacing them with cocaine.
Wow. Wow.
Go straight into your bloodstream. You are having a high. You wonder, when the man leaves you, your blood is not calling for that man. You may think it's that man, but your blood is calling for the drug that was infused while you did not know.
True.
So what are they doing? When they do that, they position their friends to be around the very people who will now take loans to buy the drugs. It's a cartel.
That's true.
But now you tell parents, oh no, my child is okay. My child is perfect. No.
That's true.
So this level of immorality, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds involving themselves in immoral behavior, it's absent parenthood.
Correct.
That now social media is raising your children.
Correct.
And you want to be friends with your children. Oh, dad, mom, I want to go here. Okay, go, but just come back. Gone are the days where evil happens at night. Evil is happening at 1:33 p.m. until 3:15 p.m.
That's true.
And they'll come at night, shower and sit and watch news with you. And you say, my children are okay. Even in Nairobi now, there are hotels that are busy during lunch hour. You book by the hour. So gone are the days where you say, oh, my wife and husband comes by 5:30. It's okay. But during lunch hour, they were not eating food. They were doing other things.
That's true.
The world has become evil. Very evil. And what pains me, today if you called for a seminar, I did a parent seminar some time back via Zoom.
Yes.
I was just charging 2,000 shillings.
Yeah.
Some parents say that's too expensive. But the very parents can pay hundreds of thousands to take their children into the rehab.
Correct.
Yet that 2,000 shillings was to give them things and knowledge that would make the kids never ever see the doors of a rehab.
That's very true.
So it pains me that what we should be desperate for, we are not. We want our plants to grow in the farms, but we are frowning when it rains. Today, Benjamin Zulu and Robert Burale, parent seminar.
Yeah.
And then, next door, sijui what and which artists coming to sing some nonsensical songs,
Yeah.
dressed half naked.
Correct.
And our seminar, we want the parents to come with their children.
With their children, yeah.
But then they see another flyer of some artist.
Correct.
The children will tell their parents, Dad, Mom, we have other plans. And the parents will say, it's okay, next time.
That's true. That's true.
When I look at, if you go into the crystal ball and think 10 years from now, if we don't do something, you shall have 20, 30-year-olds who are as useless could be.
That's true.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. The way we are going, we risk having more rehab centers than libraries. Yeah. Nowadays, you don't like knowledge. And I'm not saying we should not have fun. Let me tell you, I have my fun.
You're right.
I even had a dance with some young kids on TikTok.
Yeah.
But by the time you're seeing me doing that, I've put in my hours.
That's
Bro,
true.
I've put in my hours.
That's true.
And even after that, I'll put in serious. So it's good to have fun.
That's true.
But when I see some young people, it's just about club upon club. It is sad. It breaks my heart into pieces. Meaning that we will not have old people in the village sitting under trees saying, my kids are doing well in the big cities.
Correct.
But they'll be in pain saying, God, take me, because I'm tired of hearing what my kids are doing in the big cities.
That's true.
Gone are the days where people go to see their parents and say, I'm going to spend a week with my mother and just sit with them and eat local food.
That's true.
It's okay. I've sent them M-Pesa. They have money. That's all they need. Absolute nonsense.
You're right.
And that tells you the mindset of the generation that we have.
And somebody was saying, the conspiracy, if we are not careful, it can make a whole culture extinct. Because they said, we are moving from nature into cities. Nature, you have healthy food, healthy air,
Yes.
healthy life.
Yes.
And then we are moving to big cities, where now we have to take highly processed food,
Yes.
breathing contaminated air, there's noise in the atmosphere,
Yeah.
it's rushed, everything's rushed, everything's stressful, everything's congested, and nobody is telling us that we are only here for a purpose, perhaps to work, economy, then every now and then create a rhythm in your life, maybe we can just go to life.
Yes.
Go hear your children what they experienced with the house help that week. Go hear what the children were bullied or told what by this teacher, by this student. But the house help is the children round the clock.
That's it.
Because the parents are so busy, the window they have is for cleaning clothes and resting, dropping somewhere dead for 3 hours. They never play with children, never read the book with them, never. We are raising children by proxy. If you pay the driver or the school bus, if you pay the house help and the cook, you are watching from far, you are peeping through a window, and you are fatigued, and you think because you paid bills, because you paid rent, you are now parenting. But nobody said, I will release the house help every day of worship. Sabbath, if it's Saturday, let them go, or Sunday, so that I can be with the children and play and
spend time
connect to them and hear.
But even now, go to church. When a kid is misbehaving or is noisy, the kid is given the phone.
That's true.
Be busy. Watch something. Even for a kid now, I go to barber shops. For a kid to stay still, what are they being given?
The phone.
iPad or the phone to watch something while they shave, the barber is shaving. Even the attention span. And what they are watching is not Benjamin Zulu.
No.
Some nonsense.
And as we come towards closing, I'll be wanting you to talk to men. in
Right.
particular.
Right.
And I want to read a few. Mercy Wamalwa says, thank you for being inspirational to this generation. You are a game changer indeed. I'm enjoying the show and learning so much. I feel like I'm in class taking notes. Blessings to you all. That's Mercy Wamalwa. Thank you so much. Mr. Kowa, watching from Seattle. Knowledge seekers all the way. Mr. Kowa.
And I told you need to go to Seattle.
Burale just told me to go to Seattle.
Yes.
Thank you. Lily Githui, my host here, says, rich conversation. The parenting discussions always tug at my heart. It is quite complex. I think I am a child pleaser by heart. My heart breaks at the thought that my child or niece or nephew doesn't like me.
Let me tell you, you got to get to a place that your child can never hate you.
Yeah.
But once in a while, let them resent you.
Correct.
Then you're doing the right thing.
Correct.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I do remember many, many years ago, I got my first job, and then we would live with my dad to go to town, then I go to work.
Yeah.
One time, my father's car, there's enough space. Got into the car from the house. We drove about 400 meters. He stopped the car, told me, get out. I said, huh? He says, get out, use a matatu. I thought I was a stepchild who was not liked.
Yeah.
When I look back, there are things my father did, not because he hated me. He was inculcating some levels of discipline in me. Because he noticed one time I got to work late because he left late. What I didn't realize, my father was a very senior person. Even being late was never being late.
Correct.
So my excuse was I went to work late because my father woke up late.
True. True.
Discipline. I became entitled.
Yeah.
Now we have entitled children.
That's true. Let's come to men. What have you watched when there's a time you told me a very sad story of a 16-year-old who had slapped the mother.
And the father was in the house.
Oh, the father was around?
Yes, because I asked the lady, and where was the father? Says in his room, he's reading something. I said, you were slapped in the sitting room, and the father is in the house.
Hearing the commotion and he's busy.
The kid should not even think about slapping in Nairobi and your father is in Kakamega.
Exactly.
As long as the father can get there within a few hours,
Exactly.
they should never enter into any kids. And what has happened now, we have two things that have happened. We have where a group of ladies have made their children hate their fathers,
Oh,
especially sons,
okay.
to make the son feel the father is useless.
Correct.
But those are usually one-sided stories.
Yeah.
Maybe to some of these men, they had tried to be there
That's true.
in their sons' lives.
That's true.
But number two is that the pressure for the man to perform has made men spend 90% of their time in the field. So the children only see the father blacked out in the seat and say, Daddy is dirty, not realizing he was grinding for the children. Because, sadly, there is an age a man reaches and the environment vomits you.
Wow.
Benjamin, I'll say this to you,
Yes.
to myself and to every other man. Which camera can I look at?
That
one.
Yes.
Men are respected and loved in their area of power, which is provision. When your rent is no longer needed, your school fees is no longer needed, your food is no longer needed, they'll start seeing your faults. What am I telling men? Always prepare so that you don't get frustrated.
That's true.
But spend time with your children as time allows. But the pressure to always be in the field, personal pressure, societal pressure, and family pressure.
Correct.
If there were two kids here, Jane and John, and Jane falls down, everybody will rush, oh, Buju, Buju, Jane, are you okay? Oh, Mommy, Mommy. If John falls, they'll say, don't look at him, he will cry. So you have told John at the age of 5 not to cry.
True.
Don't expect John at the age of 50 to show vulnerability.
That's true.
You will only know John was going through hell and high water when he breaks down into depression or suicide. So I'm telling men, it is okay not to be okay, but it is not okay to die in silence. And I want to give this story because I know time is far gone.
Yeah, it's okay.
That every man must put this in his head. That there was a man who fell in a ditch.
Yeah.
And it was so deep he couldn't get out. And he had somebody passing. And he shouted, "Help me! Help me!" And the man looked down and he says, he wrote a note, he threw the note, and the note says, "When you get out, come, I will treat you for free, I am a doctor." The key word is, when you get out.
Yeah.
Then he went on. Then a few minutes later, another guy was passing. This guy shouted, "Help me! Help me!" And he looked, wrote a note, and he said, "When you get out, come, I am a lawyer. I will sue the company that dug this hole, and I'll do it for free." He went on. But now this is where most men are. He was there, and his lips were getting dry, and his saliva was becoming metallic, and his voice was going hoarse. And the only prayer he made was, "God, may my family find my body when I'm dead." And then all of a sudden, he heard footsteps. He surmounted every strength that he could have, and he shouted, "Help me!" And this guy looks up. He saw somebody. And this guy looks down. Then this guy looks up again, and this guy looks down. This guy's voice, where most men are, we are so beaten that our voice is gone. We can only cry with our eyes and scream with our eyes. So he was expecting another note. This guy jumped into the hole. And this man says, "How foolish can you be? We are now stuck, the two of us." He says, "Don't worry, my brother. I have been in this hole before. I know the way out. Let me show you the way." I tell men, be that for somebody else. Don't judge somebody for being in a hole. What God delivered you from, he gave you grace for.
That's true.
Go and get another man out of that place. When you save a man, listen to this. They say, when you feed a woman, or you teach a woman to cook, she will feed the family. But when you save a man, you have secured a generation.
You're right. Right.
Stand with each other, man. I run away from men who gossip. I am allergic. A man who gossips is like a bust sewer in a 5-star hotel. I'm allergic to men who gossip.
You're right.
Let's just stand with each other as men. It's a privilege to be a man.
That's true.
But it's difficult to be a man. And I'm not diluting the place of the woman, but I'm talking about men here. It's a privilege to be a man, but it is difficult
to be a man.
to be a man.
Wow, wow, wow. Guys, are you feeling it? I feel the goosebumps. All right, Monica James Katau, we are learning a lot about you, Sir Benja and Sir Robert. We are blessed to have you in this generation. May
Amen.
God bless you all. Okay, Chep Kurgat Ruth. I thank God for you too. We are getting wisdom all the way. Christine Gishaba, I see you. You say that's very true. I see you, Jerry Kibuchi, very true. All right. Elizabeth Mwang, you say you're following very keenly. I need to rise to the flourishing level,
Absolutely.
not just surviving level.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, my gang. I have had a lot of interaction here from YouTube, a live gang. They've really graced this. And RB, to close, you have a daughter you're fond of.
Right.
And there are many other daughters
Yes.
who are fond of you.
Yes.
In this era where they're saying there's a lot of confusion about femininity, many people are, we don't need men, you can do anything by yourself. And then the pandemic of single motherhood, almost a pandemic because...
Kenya is number 1 in Africa. Single mothers.
Why is that so, by the way?
Some is due to arrogance by women, others carelessness by men who have refused, who want to enjoy the pleasure of sex but not take care of the responsibility that comes out of that.
Exactly.
Then we also have this thing of we don't need men. All men are like these. And every time you tell that to your daughters, all men are like these. Men are dogs. Men are useless. And you keep on drumming it into your daughters' minds. When they come of age, they will not want to be around dogs.
Correct.
They'll not want to be around useless people. So they will look for a woman who looks like a man, and they become lesbians.
That's true.
And also for men, we have to call ourselves out.
That's true.
You cannot be coming together with a woman and then you get surprised when she tells you she's pregnant.
True.
You're not pouring yogurt.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Woo! I like that.
So we just need to understand. And let's be honest.
Yes.
There are things women have that men cannot have.
Correct.
And there are things men have that women cannot have.
That's true.
And the children need both graces.
Both graces. That's true.
And that's why I get annoyed during Father's Day. I see some ladies commenting, when you put a flyer, Happy Father's Day, and then a lady says, and to us who are fathers and mothers,
you know,
Happy Father's Day to us. You can never
that's true.
be a father.
That's
if the man has absconded and some men behave like boys,
yeah,
I'm sure around every lady there is a man, a male figure, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, a father, who can step in and be the male figure in the children's life.
That's true. Ooh. Guys, sweet things you don't know, time is flying. But we intend now to be bringing RB more often.
It will be an honor, sir.
If he allows us.
Oh, you know I will come.
And,
my coffee is ready, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just asking the guys in the camera.
We will be even getting live audiences, you guys.
Yes.
You know the conferences, we'll be doing conferences up there. They're very fared very well.
Oh, yes.
You'll be doing a conference, the guys come. Thank you so much.
Yes. But you still must go to Seattle, Washington. You have a very big fan base there.
Seattle, Washington, you're being represented.
Yes.
And Oregon.
You must go there.
Yes.
And when you go to Seattle, Washington, you must go to the best church there, JCC Kent.
Oh, JCC Kent.
Pastor Steve Negro. The beautiful people. And you're also a man of God, so they will, you will be a blessing. And
Thank you. One thing I'm proud of you is that you keep Kenya represented.
Amen.
You keep Africa represented, and the conversations.
Yes.
You know, somebody said, "Blessed to us is the night, for it reveals the stars." When you hear that parents are being raised, children are being raised in such large numbers without one parent, the love of one parent, the presence of one parent, and they're receiving a twisted view of the world, and
Absolutely.
Kenya is leading that menace.
Yes.
It tells you that there's a disintegration of the social fabric.
Yes, sir.
Kenya produced a crop of comedians who are very popular. Has produced a crop of so-called reality shows. So they just show you when they're eating, they're cooking, and they're very popular.
No, honestly, Benjamin,
you know,
why would I sit and just look at you eating?
Voyeurism, to see the bedroom of people's life, imagining. I don't know what they're looking for. It's surprising, but it's very. And then men started dressing like women, and that also was a trend.
And people wake up and say, "Wow, you're so beautiful when you wake up." Duh! Before the cameras went on, makeup was put.
Exactly. So we have heard a lot of. If you look at what has been disintegrating us as a culture, and particularly Kenya, and in Africa as well, we are not trying to get real skills, hard skills that can sustain us, that can earn us money, that can keep us going throughout life. People are just glued to their phones, they're just doom scrolling, looking for distraction. And because you've touched on all those things, I want to ask guys, tell us what you've learned most from, and we'll get this show will air again. We'll be able to discuss it. But thank you so much, RB.
My pleasure.
We can't wait to see you again.
I'll be more than happy to come back.
And thank you so much, guys. You're wonderful, and you've kept us company, and see you next time. Thank you.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together, because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,